So I want to plant this seed first before we go into the tactics and strategies, because this is one of the main issues that I see for people that are afraid to get started. The willingness to just try. Information is always repeated. All someone is looking for is that unique perspective on it, that favorite voice. And everyone in here, everyone has a unique perspective, unique experience, unique skill sets, unique opinions on whatever your expertise or whatever your knowledge is. A little bit about what I'm going to be covering in here is why personal branding is so important for both you and your employees if you have it, what exactly it means to build your personal brand, how to get started, different platforms that you can try, and step-by-step strategies for how to grow on those different platforms. Everything that we're going to go in here is direct strategies that I've seen work firsthand. So this is not just other people's information. These are things that I've directly implemented and had success with. So my name's Austin Armstrong again. I've been doing digital marketing for half of my life, started back on MySpace, if anyone remembers that platform back in the day. Had a little bit of success on there as a young 14-year-old. But I'm right now I'm the video marketing strategist and project manager for Therapy Cable, which is an online mental health video hub. We work a lot with therapists, addiction specialists, psychologists, you name it, people in that space. I'm also the marketing project manager for Beginnings Treatment Center. They're an Orange County addiction treatment center here that have all levels of care, and I oversee all of their digital marketing strategies. And then I do some independent consulting and digital marketing strategy, and then different events like this as well. I've produced or had a part in over 800 videos so far with different clients and through both Therapy Cable and Beginnings Treatment Centers in a lot of different industries. Most of the examples I'm going to share today are healthcare related, but they are universal strategies that you can apply to whatever your interest or hobby or specialty or expertise is in. But I've worked with healthcare professionals, psychologists. I'm working with a mortgage broker right now, and I'm going to be working with a financial planner very soon as well. So just, and then music videos and all kinds of fun stuff. So gotta experiment. What does personal brand mean to you? Anyone want to shout it out?
Something that identifies to you.
Okay. So here's the definition that I found online. So basically, personal branding is the practice of people marketing themselves and their careers as brands. So it's you as the unique individual in front of the business or the corporation. So it allows you to do a lot more unique things and spread your message, your voice, and that human connection. So you're not just a logo as a brand, you're an individual person. And it's very powerful to connect with your consumer and client base online. So some of the amazing things that personal branding allows you to do and develop is cover more ground and showcase more of your expertise, service, and knowledge. It acts as an additional employee that you don't need to pay and works for you around the clock. What I mean by that, particularly on this presentation, is creating content around your expertise. I'm going to show you how to do all of this. And creating content that is indexed in front of people who are searching for that exact content. So you can create highly targeted videos and images and posts on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, whatever your preferred platform is. People are searching for that nationwide or worldwide, depending what your objectives are, based on their time zone or whatever's convenient for you. They find that information, and if you have it in a good format that has a clear call to action and what to do, it just works for you automatically. It helps you establish a more personal connection with clients before they reach out to you. So this was one of the core concepts when we launched Therapy Cable. was that there's a huge client drop ratio for a lot of professionals because back in the day before the whole social media boom and really online boom, if you wanted to find a healthcare professional, maybe word of mouth or maybe through insurance or maybe you Googled it or looked it up in the yellow pages or all of these different things. Maybe you saw a TV commercial, but you didn't really get a sense of their personality, their expertise, how they communicate that information. So there's a huge drop ratio. So if you're able to communicate your personality and show how much of an expert you are in your field, it causes a higher likeliness that that person's going to want to reach out to you and it's going to be more successful. And if you're selling a product, it'll help sell it by itself as well. So one of our clients is a clinical psychologist. He's also an established author. He has a couple different books. He doesn't want clients. The objective for working with him was book sales. So we created a ton of different content around the expertise of those individual books based on what people are searching for. And then they work round the clock with strong calls to action, and they generate book sales pretty consistently on a month-to-month basis. And the best brand evangelists are your own happy employees. So I'm literally doing this right now. I work for Therapy Cable and Beginnings Treatment Centers. I also have large social media presences, or growing them at the very least, around Austin Armstrong as well. And I'm going to show you some of the ways that people find me personally and have resulted in clients for both myself personally, and I'm also able to leverage that into Therapy Cable and for Beginnings as well. So here's a couple examples of great personal brands. These are three extremely popular ones that I assume most of you have heard of. Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk. These are all individuals that are far beyond their own brands, companies that they are the front of or have even started. But here's a couple online and recent ones that you may or may not have heard of yet. So Katie Morton is one of the prime examples that I use to show to all of our healthcare-related clients of what's possible. So she currently has about 650,000 subscribers on YouTube, and she has a large presence on other social media platforms. She's a licensed marriage and family therapist, and not only does she use that to fuel her private practice, but she's doing a ton of paid speaking engagements at digital marketing conferences and working with a lot of top-name YouTube celebrities and other celebrities as well. Gary Vaynerchuk is the entrepreneur for entrepreneurs. His story is he helped grow his father's wine business, just a local wine shop online, from a $1 million per year business to a $50 million per year business by leveraging digital marketing and social media. So he was buying Google AdWords when that first came out. It was underpriced, and he started Wine Library TV, which is a live streaming YouTube show about different wines and how they taste, how to pair them with different dishes, and he used that expertise day in, day out, growing his personal brand in all these spaces. He eventually founded VaynerMedia, which is a digital marketing agency, and now he's got Vayner Sports, where he's managing personal brands of sports agents, and he's an author, and now he's got a sneaker. And if you can't tell, I'm a very big fan of his because he's been doing great work. So before we get into the actual strategies of the social media platforms and what you need to do, these are the real core topics that I go over with everyone that I work with that you can implement as well. And by the way, I'm happy to give anyone this entire presentation as well. If you give me your card after or email me or whatever works for you, I'm happy to send you this entire PowerPoint in case I move too fast because there's a lot of information. But really start by quantifying your expertise, knowledge, or your passion. So if you're a therapist, are you specializing in couples, in mental health, in depression, anxiety, all of these different things? If you're in, let's try and personalize this here, voiceovers. What are the different elements of voiceovers that maybe you can teach to other people online? all the different subtleties. So you want to start general and then get into the individual subtleties. And you can stack this strategy with keyword research, which I'm going to show you how to do as well. So you can take all of these individual topics that you have a unique perspective and an expertise in, and you can create content around what people are actually searching for to expedite the process of growing your personal brand online around this particular skill set. So once quantified, you want to start creating content around everything as best as you possibly can based on your time. And there's a million people like myself that can help you out with this as well. But a ton of different platforms like Medium.com, which is a blog writing site that maybe you don't want to grow your own blog from scratch and you want to leverage their large database of people that are reading these articles. You can put posts on there, and they even have a partner program that'll pay you if you develop an audience base. But different videos on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, live streams. We're going to get into some of the strategies for live streaming as well. Live streams are a great opportunity for you to directly communicate with your audience in real time, no matter where you are. Podcasts, images, etc. And I'll show you how to do the keyword research. If you're not already, start being more active on LinkedIn now, tonight. LinkedIn is an absolutely amazing platform. In the last year, I've completely got on board with it because I've gotten a couple clients on there from other platforms and specifically on LinkedIn. A lot of people still have the thought that it's just a digital resume. Since Microsoft bought them about 2.5 years ago, there's been a ton of changes. It's now a huge audience base of active people in the business-to-business space that want to learn. So it's highly targeted, and there's a lot of interaction going on there that's not spammy. It's not which Disney princess are you, all this crap that you see on Facebook. It's targeted to business, so it's a huge opportunity for you as well.
I actually know of a couple guys that they shuttered their Facebook because it was too much like that.
Yeah.
I have this page, and I have my personal Facebook feed, and I have my page Facebook feed, and they're merging, and everything is just crap.
Yeah.
And so it's like, forget it, it's not worth it.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially about 1.5 years ago, there was what was called a Facebook apocalypse. They deemed it so. Basically, if you had a Facebook page with a large following, Facebook on a whim decided to non-prioritize page content and prioritize individual content around engagement. So all of a sudden, if you were posting images or blog articles or videos on your business's page, the reach went from thousands of people or most of the people that actually like your page to all but nothing. So it was crazy. We saw engagement go from several hundred to in the tens overnight, instantly. And it became a pay-to-play platform, which made a lot of people mad. LinkedIn is not that way at all. It is super easy to get large reach on LinkedIn. I'm going to show you how a little bit, but you can reach hundreds and thousands of people very quickly on LinkedIn. It's how Facebook used to be before this whole thing took place. So it's awesome.
You do it through Austin Armstrong or through Therapy Cable?
Austin Armstrong.
Okay.
All my LinkedIn stuff, yeah.
What do you think about LinkedIn Premium versus just the standard?
I don't use it, to be honest. It's a high price point. If you're a job recruiter, I think it's great. If you're trying to hire someone, I think it's great. For what I'm doing and trying to generate business and grow my personal brand on there and connection, it's unnecessary. I don't need to pay $70 a month for it. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great benefits, but you don't need to.
I get the email notice that reads, you appeared in 34 searches this week on LinkedIn, even though I don't have the ability to find out exactly who they are. How legitimate is that?
It's very legitimate. So they show you, that's one of the great benefits of LinkedIn is they show you. Now the free version won't show you everyone. That's another benefit of the paid version if you want to see every single person and every company that they work for who's viewing your profile. But that is accurate because it's from the only thing that wouldn't be accurate is if you faked your job. If you fake the information and say, "Hi, I'm Austin, I work at Apple, and I viewed your profile," that would be fake. But it's mostly real. You can set up specialized workshops, webinars, speaking engagements, training events, just like this, and maximize your time spent and create content. So I'm recording this right now. I'm going to be putting this up online on YouTube. It may do well, it may not. That's okay. I did about 10 or 15 workshops in the past. John and Art have attended a lot of them. Some of them fell flat on the video recordings. Some of them are generating a good amount of views. One is consistently generating clients and leads every single month. And it's just no additional time from what I'm doing. I'm just here talking to you all, sharing valuable information. I'm also recording it so I don't have to do it again. And then interlink from one content, interlink your content from one platform to the other. So I'm going to show you how I do that as well, but basically what that means is if you're really popular on one individual platform, if you're growing your Instagram really well and your objective is to generate video views on YouTube or generate leads on your website or vice versa, it's great to interlink all of that because you never know if there's going to be a Facebook apocalypse again on a different platform. So you never want to put all of your eggs in one basket is really what I'm saying here. So definitely integrate everything across all platforms and make it easy for everyone as well. Not everybody uses Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. Some people only prefer to use one platform. So if you can maximize your content reach and put that on all of your platform, you're removing the friction for your potential audience. So generate leads on autopilot. So this is the example that I just said before. So this was one of the workshops. I believe you and John were actually in this workshop as well. This was
Which is
one.
probably why it was such a good workshop.
That it was, yeah. It's a gold mine, and it's because you were there with great feedback from the audience. But this was just a workshop, just like this. It was all about growing on LinkedIn and optimizing your profile and how to use it for marketing. You do a little keyword research, and I optimized it. So I optimized it around LinkedIn for Business. LinkedIn for Business gets 15,000 searches per month. I happen to rank number 2 for that term. This video is generating about 1,000 to 1,200 views every single month. It's really good watch time. And then here's some stats over here. So it's generated several clients so far, just this one individual video. Over $100 and consistently $20 per month through YouTube ad revenue. Over 100 new LinkedIn connections and lasting targeted personal brand awareness. So this goes back to the interlink content from one platform to the other. So this video ranks really well on YouTube. It drives people through the call to action into my LinkedIn profile. And then here you can see, so I just put some examples. These are people that have all seen my YouTube video, liked it a lot. So I guess it was helpful information, which I'm happy about that. They came to my LinkedIn profile, they connected with me, they sent me a message, and then some of them have turned into phone calls, some of them have turned into meetings, and then naturally some turn into clients. And I say this not to brag, but to show you exactly what is possible, and everybody can do this at any time. These are a couple other great examples. So this is Instagram over here. This is from an account I'm growing for Dr. G, my boss over at Therapy Cable. He's a clinical psychologist and he does couples therapy. So we're growing his Instagram account right now around relationship coaching. That's the main objective. So It's growing super quick. I'm going to show you some strategies for how to generate leads and clients like this on Instagram and then other platforms as well. But about twice a week we get really good messages like this about people that are struggling with relationships and want help. So it's generated a couple emails so far, a couple phone calls, and the main objective for this Instagram account is to drive them to YouTube. That's the main objective. Everything else is extra. It's a bonus. But I'm growing his YouTube account around relationship coaching videos as well, and we're using Instagram as an additional platform to drive traffic to YouTube. So again, we're not putting all of our eggs in one YouTube basket. We're driving traffic from multiple funnels in. And then this is an example on Facebook. So this is a mortgage broker I'm working with. Her name's Debbie. She's amazing. We sat down and we quantified all of the things that she has expertise in. So different loan types, the benefits of those loans, if you qualify, how to qualify. If you get turned down by a big bank, it's better to get a second opinion from an individual person. So we have all of these different topics and a content strategy around that. And what we're doing with her is we're going live on Facebook every week. And so far in the last 3 months, she's generated 2 clients from that, just from Facebook Live. So there's a little bit of a paid strategy on the back end as well. But what we're doing here is going live, talking about this topic. We're engaging people online, asking them to input their questions about different mortgages and loan types. We're broadcasting that to people that are in California. And then the other strategy is we're putting a little bit of paid money on Facebook ads to funnel people into our account that are interested in topics like mortgages and home loans and VA loans that are veterans and homeowners. And there's all kinds of crazy targeting that you can do. But a couple things that I have circled here is this video in particular generated 1 client. She only has 470 likes on Facebook. It's a little higher now. I took a screenshot of this the other day. And this video only has about 400 views. But that shows you that you can, if the information is valuable and you're communicating it consistently, so it's marketing. It's not a one-click fix all. It's staying top of mind and constantly providing value. But with relatively low numbers, you can still generate pretty good business. So this is just one strategy, and then this is organic and free, but we do put a little money behind it. So not only are we paying for likes for this page for targeted people and then broadcasting live in front of them, you can also boost this video in front of highly targeted people as well. So we're bringing people in that are interested in mortgages. We're creating content around information on mortgages, and then we're paying for this video to be in front of people that are interested in mortgages. And the more you do that, the more you stay top of mind, you break down their barriers and you hit them at that right period of time, and it converts. So getting into some of the social growth strategies. So this is a formula that I use on YouTube to generate leads or whatever your objective is. So phone calls, emails, website traffic, book sales, etc. So start by analyzing exactly what the individual is struggling with or looking for. So if you have your client persona or your perfect client, your perfect clientele, this is also a great marketing strategy as well. If you know exactly who your ideal client is, you can create content for that ideal client because chances are there's a lot of those ideal clients out there. So creating content specifically for that targeted individual, using Google Keyword Planner, Keywords Everywhere, and TubeBuddy. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do this to find the exact search phrases and keywords that they're searching for. So going back to the original is quantifying your expertise, your knowledge, or your hobby or your interest, and then finding what people are actually searching for at volume. So you're not going in blind. You're not creating content that you think that they want to see with no basis behind it. You use this strategy to have a strong likeliness that your content is going to be found more. And then create a really sincere video, actually answering that individual's question, being as helpful as you possibly can. Don't try and game any algorithms or game the system. Don't be spammy. just be helpful, just be genuine and want to help them, because that's what's going to have the best lasting results. And then this is a little trick for engagement on YouTube specifically. So if humans have the attention span of goldfish, I've even heard reports that it's less than that, especially because there's so much content out there, so many different things that you can see and you can watch. If you don't immediately hook that person, you're going to lose them and they're going to go on to another video. So, if your video is around a depression term, start your video immediately off of, hi, my name's Austin Armstrong. Are you suffering from depression? Here's 5 strategies that you can start to implement to make your day a little bit better. Just a quick little hook like that so they know exactly that they're in the right place, and they'll engage over time. Rather than starting it general, hi, my name's Austin Armstrong. Here's my background, blah, 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 and you go on for 2 minutes, and then your intro logo and animation comes on, and you don't even start to talk about it until 2 minutes into the video. You're going to lose everybody. And if you go into the YouTube analytics, you can actually see drop-off rates or audience retention, and paying attention to those audience retention graphs is what's going to help your channel grow, because you can see what not to say and where people are actually dropping off of. So it's important to hook them as quick as you possibly can. Plan your call to action ahead of time and drive them to that consistently. This will help you figure out exactly what works. So what I mean by call to action is if you want them to buy a book, you consistently say, if you'd like more information on this topic, I have a link to the book in the description below. Or if you'd like to speak with me directly, you can click on my website here, or here's my phone number, etc. I would have consistent calls to action, so you can test that in a format and see if it's working before you change the call to action. So maybe test 10 videos in a row with one specific call to action, see how it works for you. If it's falling flat, you're not getting anyone to click through or to call or whatever, try changing it up a little bit. And then market your videos in front of a highly targeted audience. So just because you created a really high quality, relevant video that people are searching for doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to rank extremely well. It might, and hopefully it will. Bless you. But to give you that extra little oomph and really help make sure that people are finding it, there's all kinds of different strategies to put them in front of the right people. So Reddit.com is one of my core strategies that I use. Does anyone know of Reddit or use it at all?
No way.
Okay. It's kind of an online forum. It's an evolution of the online forum or community around subtopics. So there are, they're called subreddits because they're sub-forums it's a collection of people around a particular topic. So there are all kinds of different subreddits on anything that you can possibly imagine.
How is it different from, let's say, the LinkedIn groups?
It's similar. It's just another platform. It's a huge user base on Reddit. You don't have to have an account, so LinkedIn groups are private, most of them. So either you have to have a LinkedIn profile if it's a public group, or you have to be a member of that group and you have to be accepted into it, and not everyone can see it. But Reddits are public. So you can put your relevant video on a relevant subreddit where people are interested in that particular content. And then they come, they watch your video, and there's a lot of great reasons for doing this because, first of all, you're reaching the right audience, but from an algorithmic perspective as well. And the first 24 to 48 hours are so important to drive a ton of relevant traffic over to that individual video for its growth. The YouTube algorithm, there's actually hundreds or thousands of different algorithms at play on YouTube, not to complicate things, but one of the core elements is watch time. So if you're bringing people over from relevant sources, they're more likely to watch the content for longer periods of time. And if more people watch it for long periods of time, that tells YouTube to promote this video more because you're spending more time on the platform, therefore they can put more ads in front of you. It's a money-making thing. That's Reddit. Facebook groups are another great thing that you can do. There are individual Facebook groups around every topic, subtopic that you can possibly think of. Again, these are communities of people around one core idea, belief, or interest. These are great to share links in and whatnot as well. The other core thing to pay attention to here is don't be spammy. Don't spam your links constantly. Engage with the community a little bit because more people will participate and click your links and provide feedback and engage with you. If you have email lists, that's great too. If you've built a large list, embedded on your website, different online forums are great. LinkedIn groups can be great as well. Yeah, so do that immediately if you can. I've seen some success revitalizing old videos as well, but it typically takes a couple months. So that first 24, 48 hours is the most important for that video's growth, but you can re-energize old videos by changing the title, the description, and then resending people back to it. It kind of reignites the algorithm to say, hey, this video is getting more attention for some reason, let's reconsider it. And then it reconsiders it and possibly re-indexes it as well. So, keyword planner. So, does anyone have any experience with Google AdWords at all? This is how you advertise on Google. Okay. Have you ever used keyword planner?
No, well, for our website, we've not what we wanted.
Gotcha. This is a tool mainly used for advertising on Google, but it's great for YouTube as well because Google owns YouTube, if you didn't know that. Google is the #1 search engine in the world. YouTube's the #2 search engine in the world. People consume video content to learn. So how you access this is you go to adwords.com or adwords.google.com. It's entirely free. You sign up. If you don't have an account, upper right-hand corner, you're going to click on Tools and then Keyword Planner. What you do there is it gives you keyword ideas around different topics. So this is an example of lighting a film set. This one's for you, John. So I just put a quick question in there. What do I need to light a film set? Maybe it's a general idea that someone's searching for. I'm trying to create content around. You can do this for anything if you're trying to create dog training videos or mortgage loans or voiceover, etc. What this does is it shows you all of the searches that are relevant to what you typed in and the search volume. So how many people on a monthly basis are searching for these particular search terms. So you can go down this list and some of them might be completely irrelevant, but you might get a couple really good keywords in there that you can turn into an actual video. So maybe we can see video lighting kits gets 2,400 searches per month, and you can create a video around the best video lighting kits, something like that. Still leveraging that keyword in the title, but expanding on what people are searching for. So you will index or have a chance of indexing on that particular search term. And then you can check all of these and export them. Keyword Planner is a great tool. Another great tool that I just recently found, actually, about a month or so ago. SEMrush.com is an awesome SEO tool, search engine optimization for creating articles and landing pages and whatnot. But they have a great tool on there called Keyword Magic. And this is especially great for YouTube. So what you can do is you can put in the keywords into this Keyword Magic tool, and it shows you the questions that people are searching for. So it takes that keyword and shows the exact questions and search volume that people are looking for. And you can take those and create exact match videos around that particular topic. So you can, for this example, what is the best lighting kit? Might be a question that 1,000 people per month are searching for. And you can create a really helpful video around what the best lighting kit is. And you know that 1,000 people are searching for it every single month, and you're right there in front of your perfect audience. Before we move on to Instagram, does anyone have any questions about keyword research? This is a really light touch on it. But
So keywords basically help your optimization.
right, so think about whatever you search for online. Whenever you're Googling something or typing into YouTube, anything you're looking for, how to change a tire. Keywords are the things that you type in to get a piece of information. So if you think of YouTube and Google specifically as search engines rather than social media platforms, put your mindset into that, particularly just for those two. It'll change how you create content. So if you create content around what you or your perfect client are searching for and answering that search, you're gonna reach them in the right way. So keyword is the words that you type in to find information about. Is that helpful?
So ultimately your goal would be first page
Yeah.
landing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So some are depending on the how competitive that individual term is. It's a common SEO strategy is long-tailed keywords. So long-tail keywords is anything that contains 3 words or more. Same strategies apply for YouTube. So in the addiction space, I'm not going to create a video titled addiction because it'll never rank because there's a million people searching for the term addiction. But maybe there's 1,000 people searching for how to help my addicted loved one. And there's far less, because there's far less searches for that, there's far less competition. But there's still significantly and consistently people that are searching for this particular thing that you can create content around, and it builds over time.
So you're working the algorithm into your favor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Actually, keyword is a sort of misnomer, because it's also a key phrase.
Yeah, key phrase.
When-
Yeah.
When you type in YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
you type in, yes, an individual words, Tai Chi or something like that, but
Mm-hmm.
it might be martial arts for seniors.
Yeah.
Or exercise for seniors
Right.
would be probably a more effective
Sure.
one than Tai Chi.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Extending it. So focusing on long tail keywords, more specific search terms. You know, niche. The riches are in the niches, as the saying goes. So the more you can dig down, take your expertise and drive down into the individual questions or the things that people are struggling with, the individual elements, and creating really helpful content around that is what's going to help you grow on all of these platforms. So getting into some Instagram growth strategies here. So these are a couple screenshots I took recently from the Dr. G's relationship coaching page. I've been just growing this the last couple of months. This is taken from a 1 week period. So as you can see here, in the 1 week period, 829 people visited his profile, 13 people clicked on his website, 3 emails were sent. We reached 14,000 unique individual people, and the impressions were 52,000. So not only are we reaching 14,000 unique individuals, they're seeing those posts on an average of more than 3 times
What are
each.
you posting on Instagram? Is that basically video or visual?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's really silly. So these two are the insights and stats from one of the images. So this is just a pink image that says a real man and a real woman make a team together. They never give up on each other. Simple quote. Okay, general relationship. This one post reached 10,000 people. 77 people visited his profile. 5 went to his website. 30 comments down here. 742 people liked that individual post, and they all came from hashtags down here, 11,000 from hashtags. So mastering hashtags is what's really going to help you grow. I'm going to show you a couple other things on Instagram to grow, but if you could get really good hashtags, you're going to go really far. So, and I'm going to show you how to find really good hashtags as well. If you're in the relationship space or you want to grow a relationship space, use these. They're a gold mine. So this account is growing about 300 to 400 new followers every single week, and it's generating a ton of website traffic. The messages that I showed earlier about people wanting answers and help for their relationships, phone calls and everything. It's really silly. It's so silly, but it's what people want, and it's working. So how do you find good hashtags? Start by searching for a general hashtag. So I can barely see that. I don't know if you can. So I typed in so hashtag or pound film lighting for this one because it's something that maybe John's trying to grow his Instagram account and wants more information. You can't see here, but hashtag film lighting has 14,000 searches, or 14,000 posts. I'm sorry. When you click on one of those, I clicked on hashtag film lighting, this is what comes up. So there's all of these individual threads around individual hashtags. So this is the film lighting one, is the 14,000 posts. A couple key things to pay attention here that I put a red box around so you can follow that hashtag. So people follow individual hashtags so it shows up in their feed. So you don't necessarily see posts just from the people that you follow, but you see posts from the hashtags that you follow as well because they're relevant images to you. Directly below that follow is suggested hashtags. So you can go off of this as well. So these are other hashtags that, based on this hashtag, people are also searching for, or also looking at. And then it indexes the posts, both images and videos, in two separate categories. It defaults to top. It shows you the most engaged, most liked, most commented posts. And then recent is just in sequential order. So what I like to do here is go through these top posts that you know are already performing well on this hashtag and see what hashtags they're using. A lot of the time, they already did the work for you. And you can just copy and paste some of these hashtags on your images, maybe sneak in some of your own, and you know that they work because they're working for this individual. You can deep dive in here and go into each individual hashtag and see the engagement on each one. If one of these hashtags only has 10 posts, it says it's not very active. I wouldn't use that hashtag. But if there's some in that sweet spot of 6,000, 5,000 to several hundred thousand, that's good engagement with less chance for spam. So if you find a hashtag that has 50 million posts on it, you're going to get buried very quickly. And there's a ton of people that are using like Instagram bots and all these things that auto comment on people that are using these, and it's just spam. So kind of finding that sweet spot range of engaged hashtags is what's going to have a lot of success for you. So a lot of times you can just take some of the top post hashtags and just start using those and testing them and see what works for your posts.
So my brain is a little bit on Instagram overload.
Okay.
You got 14,000 hits on basically an image of words that you put down below as well.
Correct.
But basically, your image was basically just words, like a JPEG.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's JPEG. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like it's a picture of your visit to the Great Wall of China. It's just words.
That's what works very well for
Okay.
relationships.
Here's a picture of a picture,
Yeah.
and then there's a video next to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that video linked to YouTube? Could it be, or is it a video that's local?
All of this is local on Instagram.
And how large a video can you put there?
Up to 1 minute in length.
Okay, so the 6, 7, 8 minute videos that John and I are doing can't go here unless we do a shortened version of it.
You can put them on Instagram TV, which is a new platform. It was released a couple months ago. So IGTV was something that they released. It's still kind of growing.
Is it like YouTube?
Yeah, it's vertical content up to 10 minutes in length until you have over 10,000 followers, and then you can upload up to an hour. It's very much an experiment for Instagram, but it allows you to upload longer form content up to 10 minutes in length.
And on the hashtags, like hashtag film lighting,
Mhm.
That is not an individual's Instagram account,
No, it's just a general hashtag.
just a general hashtag.
Yeah. Yep. Anyone can use, anyone can follow. People are looking at posts about film lighting and sharing their posts about film lighting and engaging with posts about film lighting and all of these individual hashtags. It's also important, you can only use up to 30 hashtags per post. If you post 31, it won't post them. None of them will post. You have to have 30 or less.
So once you, like, say you put a post up, or say, like, I posted a 30-second commercial that I did,
Mhm.
and I put, like, hashtag TV commercial, hashtag voiceover, hashtag, that commercial, that post that I have of that commercial is now going to populate within those hashtags.
Correct.
Okay.
So the little game that you play is to get in the top section. So there's a lot of different ways to do that, is leveraging popular hashtags that people are actively engaging with, and then also engaging with other people as well. So there's a lot of other tools and different ways to grow on Instagram. I recommend trying and using all of them. I just wanted to show you the massive success that I'm seeing on specifically hashtags, because it's a core strategy that's going to help you grow your account. But leveraging stories, which are kind of highlights. They're basically content that disappears and doesn't stay there. So it could be video, it can be an image. It's on your account, not indexed with your posts, but as a spur of the moment notification. So if you're at an event, a lot of businesses use these for event coverage. If there's a speaker on right now, take a quick video of this person speaking, or etc., or behind the scenes, and it's content that is not permanent, it disappears. But very recently, they introduced collections. So what collections are you can save the stories that you want into relevant collections of information. So one of the things that I do is I'll create standalone images of blog articles, and I'll put it as a story, because everybody that's following me gets a notification about that story at the top of their Instagram newsfeed. So they'll see that, and then they can click on that blog article to go to that website if they want. But then I can save that in a collection of blog article posts. So anybody that clicks the collection on my Instagram profile can see all of the images that are specifically around blog articles, if that makes sense. It's collections of individual stuff, whereas your Instagram feed is just every image that you post. And then messaging and commenting others, use all these features. You should be engaging with everyone on every social media platform. That's how you're going to grow on everything. If someone is kind enough to say, this video or this image is great, it really helped me, take the time to hit that heart icon next to them, acknowledge them, say, I'm really glad that this was helpful to you. What did you like most about it? So you're opening that dialogue and engaging with them. There's a lot of different reasons for this, both because people like to be heard, people like to be acknowledged. The more you acknowledge them and engage with them, the more they're gonna talk to you again, and leave more comments and more comments. From an algorithmic perspective, this is what every social media platform wants, social engagement. So they actually prioritize your content based on engagement. So the reason why those posts got so many likes and is at the top of some of those top posts is because people are commenting on it, and it's stirring conversations on that individual post. Not just Instagram, everything, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, everything that you do, engage with your audience, both positive and negative. I can't tell you how many times in the addiction space there's a ton of negative feedback because a lot of the topics are controversial, because it's not a one cure fix all thing, and everybody has different perspectives of what they can detox off of and the reasons, and all these different things in pain medicines. And so sometimes they're in really heated moments where they they comment something nasty like, "This is totally wrong, screw you, that wasn't my experience at all, blah, 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 blah." Well, just leave a comment, so, "I'm sorry you didn't appreciate this. We try to be as helpful as possible to as many people as possible. What do you think that we can do to improve?" And you'd be surprised how many people respond and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean that. I was in a bad spot at that time. Here's what I really think, and here's some helpful advice that you can take." That happens so often. So hug your haters is a term that's around in the digital marketing world, and I love it because, yes, they're taking the time to comment on your thing, but you can also engage with them as well. And turn them around. Sometimes they become fans. Leverage Facebook Live if you can. Facebook Live in particular is the best organic reach strategy that's free on Facebook because it's the newest feature. So I showed you an example of the mortgage broker that we're working with. This is one of the streams that we do with the treatment center that I work with. We have several weekly live streams. We're live streaming constantly. So this one is called Ask an Addiction Specialist. The objective is to create an open online forum where anybody can directly communicate with an addiction specialist and ask questions in a non-judgmental, no pressure situation, because you can hide behind your computer screen and ask what's really going on. We use a website called restream.io to broadcast. What that does is we take our stream, send it to Restream. Restream splits the stream and simultaneously streams to multiple platforms. So we can stream simultaneously from one camera to Facebook, to YouTube, to Twitch. Unfortunately, you cannot do Instagram. I wish you could. But Twitter, there's a million different websites and services that they can split that stream to. And it's pretty amazing and time-saving, and we've been doing that for a while, and I absolutely love it. It's like $5 a month. It's great. I mentioned this a little bit earlier. Maximize your time. All of our live streams, we take the audio from that and turn it into a podcast week after week, so we have tons of content. This is a weekly podcast, or a weekly live stream and podcast, and we have a couple others that we do that as well. So not only is it a weekly live stream where we can communicate with people online, it's a weekly podcast that people can listen to in their car or while they're cooking or wherever that they listen to podcasts. Also, if you're live streaming, there's minimal editing as well because there's more pressure on you to get it in one take. So some LinkedIn stuff. So firstly, you want to make sure that your profile is completely optimized. You want your headline to be engaging in what you do, because not just your job title, but what you do for other people. The reason for this is because when you're engaging with other people, it's what they see. So to kind of go through some of this information, my headline is Helping Psychologists, Therapists Grow Their Personal Brand via Video Marketing, Digital Marketing Strategies. So I engage with psychologists, and anybody that, including her, sees that post and engages back. She's a psychologist. She sees that I help psychologists in digital, more likely to reach out and engage with me back during that time. How it works to grow is incredibly powerful and easy. So how it works is if you like or engage with someone's post, everyone that you're connected with will see that in the feed. So it very quickly sprouts out. So the more connections you have on there and relevant connections, and you're creating engaging content for these people are commenting and liking your content because it's relevant to them, all of their connections see that as well, and it just bubbles out and grows insanely quickly. Post interesting and helpful things. Try video. Video on LinkedIn is very new. It's only been around for about a year now. It's a huge opportunity to get in at the beginning of it. Think about if you could get into YouTube at year 2. Here we are 12 years later on YouTube, and there's a little saturation, but it's still possible to grow. We're at the very beginning of LinkedIn, so leverage that because the reach and the growth are amazing right now.
And where do the videos live for this? You load them up to LinkedIn, or do you?
Yep, you
link
just.
to YouTube, or can you do
I've tested both. You can do both. They want native content. They want you to upload it directly to the platform.
They don't care if you've already loaded it someplace else.
No,
They just want it on their.
they want it on their platform. So I've done a lot of testing on this actually of uploading the same videos onto LinkedIn, and then a week later sharing just the link to the YouTube video on LinkedIn, and the reach is far greater if you upload it natively. With that being said, I think I talk about it later. I'm not sure or not. If you have any external links on LinkedIn posts, don't post them in the description. Post it in the comment below as the first comment, because LinkedIn will ding you and ding your reach a little bit because they want to keep people on your platform. They want to keep more people longer on LinkedIn. So you don't link to any outside sources in the description of that video, but rather you can say in your video, if you'd like more information, you can find the link in the comments. And if you link it in the comments, it doesn't ding you. It's a little workaround right now. I don't know if it's going to be there forever, but it works right now. So you want to structure your LinkedIn posts as well for maximum reach. So this is one of videos that I've done with a friend of mine. Engaging. You want to have an engaging first line. So what LinkedIn does to kind of condense everything is longer descriptions. It'll only show you the first 2 lines. And then there's a little ... that you can expand to see the entire description of everything. So it's important to have what you want to accomplish in that individual post in those first 2 lines. So I have up here, is networking and growing your LinkedIn audience important? The quick answer is absolutely. And it's a little interesting. And then you can expand to see more information, and that's obviously what I'm talking about in the video. Hashtags work great on LinkedIn as well. They don't really work well on Facebook. They're trying to implement them on YouTube. It's not really working that well. Really, the only platforms that hashtags are working on right now is Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, that people are actively searching for things. And if you use these hashtags, it indexes them on that feed, and a ton of reach are coming to those videos. One thing that I've seen as well is there's a trending section on LinkedIn.com in the upper right-hand corner around things that a lot of people are talking about at this time. So breaking news and stories from businesses and industry things and different things like that. If there is a trending topic that's in any way relevant to your business or your industry or what you're trying to create a post around, use hashtag for that trending article and talk about that article, and your reach will skyrocket on that post. It's been pretty amazing what I've seen. So before I really started growing my LinkedIn presence, I only had a couple hundred followers at a time. There was a trending article about WeWork and open office space things. So I kind of just created a quick little post around that. It reached like 5,000 people, which is way more connections than I had, and it's a quick way to get a large reach on there. You want to use strong calls to action and everything. Whatever your objective is. If you'd like more information, here's a video, or find more information on my my website or whatnot. And I'm not sure if you can see the stats down here in this lower section, but this video in particular, 21 likes, 4 comments, 703 views. That is great engagement for just posting one video to a targeted audience. So think about if you have a YouTube account, 703 views for when you're starting is pretty good. It's also pretty good on Facebook as well, I'm super happy with 703 relevant views because I know the people that I'm connected with are psychologists and clinical professionals. So I'm super happy about that. And the more that you post, the more engagement that you're going to get, and everything skyrockets. If you are interested as well, these two links on here, I have a whole course on a platform called Udemy. It's individual lessons on how you can grow your LinkedIn profile. It goes in a lot more in depth about this stuff. This is a free coupon code. You can just click that, go to the Udemy platform, take that course for free. And then this is the link to the video that was earlier on that was generating some leads as well. They're very similar. Basically, I took the outline of that video and turned it into a course format, and it's generating a little money online. So, but those are two helpful resources if you're looking to expand and learn more about how to generate stuff on LinkedIn. That's what I have for today. That was a lot of information that we covered pretty quickly. What can I answer for you?